Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Paul Hutchings coming to you with episode 13 of The Good Parts. Hope you're having a great day. This is a daily social media show that I do Monday through Friday, right around 11 a.m. Eastern. And what I do is I do my best to share one good thing from my life and or business that you can get value from, to be inspired, to create more happiness, to create more prosperity, abundance, joy, freedom. Those are all my intentions, to deliver information that can help facilitate that. So in today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you a little audio clip called The Infinite Gaze that I think can be really, really powerful. It had a powerful effect on me as I was speaking it this morning, and as I was re-listening to it, it was pretty good. So I want to share that with you. And in the process of doing that, I also want to share with you how to add captions to your videos. One of our great good parters, Debbie Wood, she messaged me this morning and said, "Hey, Paul, how do you add captions to your videos?" So there's two ways that I use to add captions to my videos that I love. And so I'm going to just share those with you today. And if you are tuning in live, let me know who you are. Martin King over in Spain. Hey, good to see you, Martin. How are you today? Thanks for tuning in. Also want to express some gratitude to all of the people who are watching these episodes and also leaving me comments. The show is growing, seems like we've got more and more people tuning in. And I'm getting some really great comments both on Facebook and in my YouTube account. So I want to thank everyone who leaves me a comment, who just says hi. Nick Romani, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. How are you doing today? So good to see you today. So comment below. Let me know who you are, where you're plugging in from. And if you have any questions as we're going, or comments as I'm going through this, comment, because I can see those and I can broadcast those to the screen. So let's go ahead and get into this. So here's The Infinite Gaze. This is an audio clip from our morning mastermind call that I've been attending for over a decade now. This is a little sample. And if you like what you hear, I will show you how to, let's see here. I got to make sure that I share it with I got to make sure I share it with the audio. Okay. I made that mistake before where I shared the screen and then you guys couldn't hear any audio. That was not fun. Okay. So here is the clip. And the way that I want to share this is I want to share the first way that I like to add captions to videos. So this is a program that I use that I really like. It's called Descript. And what you can do with Descript is you can import videos into it. It will automatically transcribe your audio or video, and you can work with it. The reason that I'm showing it here is because this is a really great way to add captions. You see it already transcribed. So the way that I add captions in Descript is after I've got the audio imported and it automatically transcribes, I'll go ahead and click this little plus button here. And there is a little thing called Captions. And you see that it adds captions on the screen to the words. And then you've got a little caption deal here. So I can just drag this across the whole timeline. And that will put captions all the way across my audio and or my video. So this is an audio you see. And guys, let me know if you can still hear the audio. And actually, I'm going to just give you a quick play here.
Power and commitment and determination.
Could you hear that? Make sure and comment below so I know that the audio is coming through, because it is not fun to get all the way through something and then turn around and you're like, oh, I was all by myself, in the live. Hey, Arnita, good to see you. Yeah, Lucky 13. Thanks for tuning in today. Okay, Nick, thank you so much. Okay, so now I know you guys can hear that. Okay, so I'm just going to drag this caption thing all the way across. So Debbie and anyone else who might care to make captions on videos, this is way number one. So now I've got captions all the way across. One of the things that I like, and by the way, these will be close to perfect, but not maybe totally perfect. So you may have to go in and edit some of the captions. But one of the things that I like about Descript is that I can work with this caption here. See how I can make it bigger, and I can increase the size, right? Increase the size. So I like that. And then the other thing that I really like about Descript with the captions is I can click this little button that says word level animation, and I can, let's see here. Is that what I want to do? Roboto Black, word level animation. Yeah. So what that does is that will highlight the word as the audio is speaking it in whatever color you want it to highlight, which I think is pretty cool. So that's pretty much it with this program. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this. This is the Infinite Gaze audio, and then you can see how these captions work and also be hearing the short audio clip as we're doing this. So let me spread this out so it's a little bigger on the screen. Oh, and let me tee this up. So this is the story from Think and Grow Rich. Have you guys all read Think and Grow Rich? There's the story in there where this little girl, she's a black girl at a area of the country and at a time in the country where racism is prevalent. And her mom says, "Hey, go get 50 cents from this guy." And so she goes in there and she says, "Hey, I need 50 cents." And the uncle, as he's referred to in the story, he's like, "No," and he's like really angry, and it's kind of like a tense situation. And this little girl rises in heroism in this story. So here's kind of that's the tee up, and we're right at the part of the story where it's starting to get tense. So I'm just going to play this here.
Darby held his breath. He was certain he was about to witness a murder. He knew his uncle had a fierce temper. She quickly stepped forward one step, looked up into his eyes, and screamed at the top of her shrill voice, "My Mammy's got to have that 50 cents. The uncle stopped, looked at her for a minute, then slowly laid the barrel stave on the floor, put his hand in his pocket, took out $50 and gave it to her. The child took the money and slowly backed toward the door, never taking her eyes off the man whom she had just conquered. After she had gone, the uncle sat down on a box and looked out the window into space for more than 10 minutes. He was pondering with awe over the whipping he had just taken. Mr. Darby, too, was doing some thinking. That was the first time in all his experience that he had seen a child deliberately master an adult person. How did she do it? What happened to his uncle that caused him to lose his fierceness and become as docile as a lamb? What strange power did this child use that made her master over her superior? Maybe we can imagine this little girl and the situation that Napoleon Hill just described. And we can imagine this little girl stepping forward and standing in her power in the face of probably what was or could have been overwhelming terror and fear. And yet she took a step forward. She pressed the button. She stepped into faith. And she stood there in that power, eyes wide open. And as I'm thinking about the look that must have been on her face as she did this, and specifically what I'm thinking about as we go through this story this time, as I'm thinking about her eyes, I'm thinking about the look in her eyes, and maybe even more than the look, the spiritual energy and power and commitment and determination and unflinching vision. All of that I'm seeing coming from her eyes and exerting some sort of strange power over reality. And I'm thinking about that and thinking, what does that have to do with all of us? And how does that play into our ability individually to get what we want from life? I think it relates in a major way. And I think that whatever it is that we want from life, freedom, money, happiness, joy, abundance, a sense of contribution, love, the feeling of love, that we have loved and we have received love in return. Fill in the blank for whatever it is that you want, that we want. And it seems like we can get it all if we have that look of that little girl, that look with all of those qualities inside that look. And I think we all have the ability to have that look.
day in, day out, day after day, exerting that consciousness, casting light from our consciousness upon reality and upon our futures. I think we have that power.
What'd you guys think? so, so that's Descript. And did you guys like that audio? Isn't it cool how the captions are just automatic? So you can add captions to an audio. You can put a image behind it. You could, if that was a video, you'd have captions over the video. And I like that clip. I'll comment on that for just a quick second. I called it the infinite gaze, because it seems like in life and business, it seems like you do have to have an infinite gaze, and a gaze where you see what it is that you want to create, whether it be, a new social media show like I'm doing, the good parts, the good parts, whether it's a certain amount of money that you want to create, whether it's, a societal shift or change that you want to create. The gaze has to be infinite. And it's infinite, I think, in two ways. Way number one is it's not going to manifest immediately. It's just not. In fact, not only will it probably not manifest immediately, odds are there will be many, like Napoleon Hill in our reading today said that all successful people are likely to face a significant amount of temporary setback along the way to bringing their vision to pass. So the gaze has to be infinite in that sense, that it doesn't matter so much what happens today, aside from the fact of, did I do the thing I was supposed to do today? Everything else, the results, that kind of has to be cast aside a little bit, because those things are not infinite. Those things are short-term, and short-term results can knock us right off our horse and out of the game. But if we've got that infinite gaze, we have the power to see through the setbacks, to see through the no's, to see through the disbelief that sometimes shows up from even people we love, friends, family. Sometimes that pops up, and if that gaze is not infinite, we won't have the power to get through it. So I like calling it the infinite gaze for that reason. And the second reason I like calling it the infinite gaze is because it's almost like we are in tune with the infinite when we are utilizing our creative powers to bring something into reality that does not currently exist. Even the Bible, I've been studying some of the Old Testament, and one of the lessons right from the beginning that I picked up was that it seems to me that we are here to create, like the story says, God shows up on the scene and says, let there be light, and there was light. And then, the different days of creation, and there was a word spoken, and then this thing manifested in reality. And I resonate with the idea that that's a model for us to follow. I've seen that in my own life when I am creating and when I am producing. I feel so good about myself, results be damned, whatever the results are, cast those aside. When I get to the end of a day of my life and I look back and I see, like, yesterday I created this cool little 1 minute and 11-second video that I posted, and I think it's got like 12 views. So not as good as some of my other videos, right? But I got tremendous value out of that creation, and I was thankful for that creation. And I got actually a text message from Nick Romani. Shout out to Nick, my brother. Right after I posted that video yesterday morning, he sent me this text message. He said, "You are a very wise man. You remind me of my father. He was very philosophical, and he really liked a lot of the teachings from Rumi, amongst others." And then he just continued to compliment. So he saw the video. Nick, thank you for watching the video. And he paid me one of the best compliments I think anyone could ever receive. Like, you remind me of my father. I'm guessing Nick loves his father, and his father had a great impact on him. So what a compliment that was for me to receive. But the point, back to the point, the creation felt so good to my soul, even though it didn't go viral and I didn't get a ton of people watching it or commenting on it. Nick gave me a compliment, which I appreciated. But even had Nick not given me that compliment, the act of creation made me feel good about myself, what I'd put out into the world, what I'd brought out from my soul. So that's infinite. You know, that's tied to the infinite. What's your gaze? Is it infinite? Is it unstoppable? Is it so determined and committed and unflinching that it doesn't matter what none of the other stuff matters. Your gaze stays forward. Your gaze stays on what's invisible to everyone else, but what's visible to you because you have an infinite gaze. And every day you're going to march forward toward that gaze. So anyway, that's the audio. That's the clip. Hope you liked it. And that's also how to add captions. Way number 1 to your videos. Way number 2, I mentioned some of these short videos that I've been creating, and I'll just actually show you those real quick. If you go to youtube.com/Paul Hutchings, this will be good for demonstration. This is the second way that I've been creating captions on my videos. So if you go to my shorts section here, not my swim shorts, my shorts, my video shorts, you'll see all these kind of cool little videos that I've been making from some of my Bible study. So here was actually, hold on here. Let me make sure that you guys can hear this, share. Hold on, guys. I gotta make sure this audio works. Share screen, share audio. Okay. So here's an example of one that got 400 views, but I just want to kind of show you the captions. The good book says, God hath made me to laugh so that all that hear will laugh with me. It's been said that laughter is the shortest distance between two people. And if unity is indeed a divine directive, of course, humor would be embraced by Providence as a tool to bring people together. So remember, if God is watching us, the least we can do is be entertaining. And please do continue to have faith that your prayers will be answered. But remember, God has a funny sense of humor. So that was my attempt at humor. But anyway, you see the captions, right? How they're kind of popping up on the video. And then you got this little cool audiogram and this nice little picture behind it. So I wanted to just quickly share my process there. And in the process of sharing my process, let Debbie know the other way that I add captions. So the way that I make those little videos is I'll create an audio file, and then I will put the audio into a little program on my phone called, what is this called? Oh no. Headliner. Okay. So it's just a little app on my phone. It's called Headliner. And what that app allows you to do is take an image. And I've been creating images with artificial intelligence. Have you guys played with AI with image creation? What is it that it's called? I use it on Discord, but I forget what it's called. But it creates these really, really cool images that I can use. So anyway, the Headliner app, you can make it square for social media. You can add an image, and then you can also add the little audio visual there where the little waves are bouncing up with your audio. Then I'll save that, and then I'll import it into another little phone program called Splice. And Splice does the captions automatically. Again, not perfectly. You'll like import your little video or audio, and then you'll click the button that'll create the captions. It'll create all the captions, and then you just got to go back and kind of edit some of the words and make sure that they are accurate. So that's it, guys. That's the infinite gaze. I'm going to check out some of the comments here. Bill Fever says, we have the ability to create, making us different than animals. Yeah. I remember Jim Rohn, he used to say, human being is not like a goose. A goose can only fly one direction, south for the winter, but a human can go north, south, east, west. We're not like a goose. Kind of like that, Bill, right? We are different because we can create. We are to be stewards of what God put us on earth for us to use. I believe that. Thank you, Bill, for sharing that. Tina Hamilton says those 12 views made a difference to those people. All it takes is one person to make such an impact for one person. Yes, so well said, Tina. And I think if we, yeah, that's right, Matthew, Mid-Journey, that's what it is, Mid-Journey. Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate that so much. Mid-Journey, check it out. I think I pay, it's free to play around with making the images. And I liked it so much. I was like, I'm going to buy the subscription. So it's like $10 a month and you can create all kinds of really cool images. But back to what Tina said, those 12 views made a difference. All it takes is one person to make such an impact for one person. Absolutely. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you are the only one that gets value from your creation, it's worth creating. So if nobody showed up to this live, which I'm so thankful you guys are here. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so thankful that more people are tuning in. But if it was just me and I was speaking a message that was beneficial to me, I was practicing my communication skills. See, the other thing about content creation, guys, if you're students of the book Think and Grow Rich, there's a whole chapter in there that I love. I'm kind of a weird, maybe semi-fanatic fan of the chapter of auto-suggestion, where he talks about the words that you speak have a tremendous impact on you, your psychology, right? Affirmations. Tina's been doing affirmations. Shout out to Tina, right? So guys, content creation is a form of affirmation, a form of auto-suggestion. So again, back to the point, if nobody tuned in, but I was speaking power into myself, that would be worth doing and worth doing again and again and again. And if we all get in the frame of mind where we see the benefits that are to be had on our way to gathering our tribe and attracting the right people, we will have the motivation, power, and the stick and stay ability to get through those beginning stages when we might not see those physical results manifesting around. So Tina says, chapter 4, yes. Nick says, I always find value in all your videos, brings me great joy and happiness. Yay! Woohoo! Thank you so much. Huge, huge, huge. So, all right, guys. Well, as I mentioned in one of my previous Good Parts episodes, last part of an effective video is to show people the off-ramp. You know, we went on this little journey together. Thanks for being on the journey with me. Where to go next? So I do have a couple of things that I want to invite you to do if you want to get more value from me. First, off-ramp potentially is to take the Good Parts Challenge. If you're not creating consistent content right now, in the form of a live, maybe, I think live trainings are good, and social media is so cool, guys. We can just go live. Like back in the day when I first got on the internet, it was, oh, you got to like schedule this, you got to get a GoToWebinar account and you got to like schedule this thing in there and set it up and send the link out and all this kind of stuff. So it was more of a production to do something consistent. But with social media, we can literally just turn on the camera and broadcast wherever we want to broadcast. I think that's cool. So the Good Parts Challenge is simply where you make a decision to pick a time, daily, weekly, and tell your audience, you know, this is the good parts with so-and-so. You can rename it, of course, call it whatever you want. I'm really liking the good parts because I feel like it doesn't pigeonhole me in to a certain thing where I have to feel like I only ever can talk about this thing. So when I say good parts from my life and or business, I feel like, man, I can talk about all kinds of things. I can grab things from my life that people can find value in. I can grab things from my business. And of course, we want to work in business if we're doing this in part to grow a business, right? We want to work that stuff in. But anyway, if you want to do that, just take the challenge. Let me know in the comments below if you have taken the challenge, if you are staying on the challenge, if you've fallen off the wagon. It's okay to fall off the wagon. I was talking to Mama Elizabeth a couple of weeks ago, and you know, we said, well, maybe that's why God made the wagon, so that we could fall off every once in a while. You know, get back on. That's what happens. You fall off, you get back on. So if you're getting this challenge for the first time and you're feeling like, yeah, I want to do this, just comment below, say I'm taking the challenge, and then just do it, and hashtag it Good Parts Challenge, and we'll look for your content. One thing I did notice though, guys, for all of you guys who are doing the Good Parts Challenge, is as I went to my desktop and hashtagged Good Parts Challenge, it started with the oldest videos first. And I was like, this is stupid. I want to find the new videos. And on desktop, there was no way for me to do that. But what I noticed was that when I go to Facebook on my mobile, you see that there's a latest tab. So if you guys are looking for videos, Good Parts Challenge videos from other people, click that latest tab. Hey, look who's the most latest. What's up, Paul? Way to go, man. Way to lead by example, right? But you'll be able to see all the most recent ones. So that was helpful for me to for me to know. So that's the first off ramp. Riley, what's up? Hey, good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Robert says, good morning, Fabulous Friday. Hey, good morning to you, Robert. Yeah, okay, so that's the first off ramp. The second off ramp is if you did get value from this experience with me here today and want to continue to get more content like this, be sure to subscribe to me on social media, wherever you're finding this, and you'll see my future content. Every day I'm going to be doing these. And if you want to make sure you get this stuff, visit paulhutchings.net/GIFTS and grab one of my free gifts. And in that process, you'll be subscribing to my email list, and I'll be sure to send these out to you on a daily basis. And also, the little clip that I played today was from this morning's Grow Rich Mastermind. So if you got value from that and you want to get more of that, you'll find a link on this page here that will show you how to get introduced to that call where you can tune in each and every day, Monday through Friday. Live your life in the best way, right? That's what that's all designed to do. So that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I love you. I believe in you. I know you've got greatness within you. Get out there, take action, go for your dreams. And we'll catch you Monday. I'm going to take the weekend off. I'll be back Monday, 11:11, roughly, give or take, Eastern for Good Parts episode number 14. How far will I go? How far will I go? I don't know. I'm on 14. I feel like I'm picking up some momentum. So yeah, kind of excited about that. Christian, how you doing? How's your Good Parts Challenge? I got to go watch your recent videos. So, all right, guys, take care and bye for now.